This is Gemara in Eruvin, the Chazara of Gemara in Eruvin, Daf Yomi. As we begin the second parak, how many people join the Chazara, as we all see, with an extra 10 minutes a day, can really give us a lot of clarity. And of course, all the learning for Chodesh Elul is sponsored as the Chos for Shleim for Shana Bas Esther, as well as the Chos in the Nishmas Bas Rezel Bas Rameir. We pick it up from the beginning of the parak, the end of Yudzayin and Beis. Oisim Pasim L'Biyirais. We have these wells. You're allowed to make these pasim. You're allowed to make these corner beams, as we're going to see. Arba Yomdin 4 corners near in Kishmaina that appear like 8. Rav Yehuda says the way that you make this makeshift walls, you have 4 corners appearing like 8 sides. 8 corners, which is like 12. Arba Yomdin 4 corners, Arba Pshutim, and another 4 in between. So that's how you get 12. 8 and 4 is 12. Gavin Asar Tzvachim, everybody means to be 10 Tzvachim tall. But Reich Vachishin has to be 6 Tzvachim wide. Vavin culture has to be any amount of thickness. Ubeineim, and how much area could be between the different corners. Kamalish de Rivka Shal Shal Shbakat of Rameir. Rameir says of 2 groups of cows of 3 apiece. If you do Mishal Arba Kshurais V'lo Mitarais, 2 groups of 4 apiece tied together, not open, not untied. 1 group goes in, 1 group goes out. Let him make it closer to the well. How much room do you have to always leave? 2 amos, the Gemara will explain the mouth for the head and the body of the cow to go in and drink from that well. And drink. And similarly, it is permitted to distance from the well. You let him move these boundaries out. But if you're going to move them out, make sure you have more boards. Like Rashi points out, according to Rameir, 13 and 3 amos. To Rameir, 10 amos. Can't be more than 10 amos in between them. According to Rav Yehuda, 13 and a third. Rav Yehuda at base time until base. So for an enclosure, for a garden, a deer, if there's a corral, a muktzah, or a becker, a front yard, a chaser, you're allowed to enclose mutter. That's going to be mutter. You put on more boards. Second half of the Mishnah, we'll get more clarity in the Gemara. Says the Gemara, the Mishnah seemingly is not like the opinion of Chananya. We're going to have 3 different attempts to prove who the Mishnah is not. Attempt number 1 is not like Chananya. Says the Gemara, the time we learned in a race. You're allowed to make these corners for a bar and chavalin ropes for the shayar for the encampment. No, you're not allowed to make pasim for the bar, so it's seemingly not like our Mishnah. Says the Gemara, bar, a pit that just collects water and bear in the spring. Our Mishnah is talking about a bear and Chananya is talking about a bar. Another way of learning this exchange is the fact is not say the Chananya holds that you let him make the ropes for the bar and pasim for the bear. Which obviously means the comes out of Mishnah like Chananya, because the Mishnah said only the boards, not the ropes. Answers the Gemara, Chananya is just answering back to the Tanakama, but in truth he does agree that there is a difference between bar and be'er. Says the Gemara, second attempt, maybe the Mishnah is not like Rabbi Kiva, then I learned to the Mishnah. Not to make these corner boards, then you let him make him the 10 Tvachim tall, different Rabbi Kiva. So seemingly Rabbi Kiva is not like our Mishnah, because Rabbi Kiva said that the bar has to be walls of 10 Tvachim. Answers the Gemara, even works Rabbi Kiva bear my chayim when it comes to spring to psikale. That's clear called Lishna Ram Lishna Yachid. That's what we taught it. Katani Bar Mechunasin Loipsikale like Katani. Says in our third attempt, Lemas is like Rav Yehuda ben Bava, the Tanah Rav Yehuda ben Bava, Aimer Eini Sebastian El Be'er, Harabim Bilvad, Viloach, but our Mishnah Katani Lebe'erais, Lishna Ram Lishna Yachid. Our Mishnah seemingly allows both for a rabbin and for a private one. Says in no. If you take Rav Yehuda ben Bava, might be rise the Alma, that just refers to the rabbin. My Diyumdin, Rav Yehuda ben Elaz, the Diyu Amumdin, 2 corner poles. Now we're going to get involved in the word Diyu, that it means doubling 2. Tanan also learned in the Mishnah. Review Daimer Kol Hashitim B'Turein Chutz Ben Adiyafter. All the wild figs are potter except for the Diyafter. My Diyafter. Marula Yilan Isa Day Parais V'Shana. Double crop every single year. I'm Rabbi Yirmiyah to do parts of Panim. What is Diyu is a doubling of faces. There's Adam Rishon Sartani. The Adam Rishon was created with 2 faces, up front and back. Seva even Hashem Elokim said Sel Hashem created his side. Rav Shmuel Chanam are parts of Chanam Razanov. What's Machlek is how was Adam and Chava created? One man number says it was 2 parts, 2 from 2 faces. One man number says it was Adam with a tail of Zanav, which Chava was created from. Bishul man number parts of Einel Sleva Chav Sartani from the back. El man number Zav Ma'achar Sartani. Rabbi Ami number Avami Archel Ma'aser Reishis. Adam Rishon was the beginning of the last of creation. They called them the Lebrani is the beginning of punishments. We understand the man was not created till Friday. Elo called them the Lebrani is first punishes my healing, which is the klal of the curse that he got. So it's not true that the Adam was cursed First, as the Gemara no Elamalo first the Mabul will say Yimach Zoli Kumash Alpanei Adama May Adam Abeimo. We see Adam was cursed by the Mabul before the Beimo. Bishlam Adam or Pirates of I know they'll say Vayitzer Trey Yudin. It was two different creations front and back. Lamandam Razadam might be Yitzhak of Shimon Bazim or Shimon Bazi. Oily Yatzi Oily Yitzri that we do have two inclinations. That's what it means. Vayitzar the Yitzar Yitzra. Bishlam Adam or Pirates of I know they'll say Zachavana Kiva Baram. Lamandam Razana my Zachavana Kiva Baram. Lechravavu or Ravu Ramik Siv Zachavana Kiva Baram. On one hand, it says he's creating male and female. Ooks, it keeps Alaki Bar says he's creating the image of God. But also, it says it's going to it says there were two phases that you filled in the gap in the bottom. There was cut off chav, then you got to fill it in. El mandam or son of it was a tail. My iskar bas dachtana. What does it mean? It was filled in. Amar Avzid v'tim Rav Yirmi v'tim Rav Nachman Yitzchak lo yinetzcha el lamakim chatach, the place of the incision where the tail was cut off. That place had to be filled in. Bishlam now Limar flips it. Bishlam mandam or son of the tail. That's very good. As the even used built. You got to take the tail and build chav. El mandam or parts of might be even what was built. Chav just cut off. The Nazi the Darshim Nazi Yishim the Kimmons the Selam Lamij kill Ak the Rebel Chavish braided the Chav of Yilufana Adam Rishon brought her to Adam Rishon came Karyam Karn Kliyasa the seafarer is called Kliyasa Binyasa building Tavarach of Yishim the Kim Amar of Chista Bamila Mesita Tana Nelame Joanna Rebel Chav Kibin Hashem created Chava like a binyan like a store Eitzer like the binyan of a storehouse my Eitzer just like a storehouse Zerach of Lamata Zerachav Milmata V'Katzam Malbayla. It's wide on the bottom and skinny up top in order to be niyad Kedei L'Kavos HaPeiros in order to hold the fruit, a stack of fruit. Isha Rachav L'Mata K'Sar L'Mata to the Kavos of Las, so a woman could carry a child. V'Aviyel Adam and she was brought to Adam Lam Yishaz against Baruch Shashvinas Adam Rishon. Hashem made the writing arrangements for Adam Arishon. Mikan the Gadol. What do we see from here? That the great person just means the Kavos of Yiruloi. Don't say it's beneath your dignity. If Hashem could create the writing of other Mechava, then nothing is beneath our dignity. L'Manda or parts of Eminayu Sagi Bereisha. Which face went first? Amram Nachbar Yitzim Mistaver the Zachar Sagi Bereisha. The male went first. Adam. Now to walk behind the woman. Even your own wife. So obviously Adam had to walk before Chava, or else he'll always be walking behind her. This down the Gesher, if you're on the bridge, you saw the son go on the side. Don't ever walk behind the woman. If it's in the river when the woman is going over the river and therefore her skirt's going up and she's becoming exposed. If you look at such a woman, quite a dreadful punishment. Tan Rabban the 2 dots, 13 lines down. Isha someone counts money to a woman miyadai from his hand, liyadai to her hand. Liyadai to her hand to his hand. What's the problem? Bishvil she is the akal, but you do so that you can gaze at the woman. Even if you're as good as Moshe Rabbeinu, which of course none of us are, but even if you're that great, you're still going to get thrown into Ganem from the fact that you're staring at the woman. Hand to hand, you will not be cleansed. You will not get cleansed from Ganem. Ma'anoyach wasn't Amaritch. Never be a Kavilach Ma'anoyach Achar Yishta. You walk behind his wife, so he's Amaritch. He knows halacha. Masler, Nachbar Yitzchak. Let me have to Kavilach Elkanah. But Elkanah as well. T'chslav Yigail Chagan Achar Yishta. Hachanami is an Amaritch. Kavilach Elisha Navi. T'chslav Yigail Achar Hachanami that he's Amaritch. Ella Acharel. What does it mean? Acharel Dvarev. It's also just means he followed his wife's words and advice. Hachanami by Manoyach. There's no proof that he was a I'll prove that. He doesn't even know a simple passage. Rivka and her servants went behind Eliezer, behind the man. So it will come out of Manach. Doesn't even know a simple pasuk. Very difficult to understand. Don't walk behind the woman. Because then people don't think that you're not davening. He gave birth different demons. Then he created in his demos and in his selim. Until now, seemingly Adam Rishon gave birth to these demons. Meisvei asked the Gemara, Adam Rishon Chasin Gadol. When Adam Rishon he sat and fasted for 130 years. He separated from his wife for 130 years. And he put on these fig branches which are prickly al-basari in his flesh. So are you telling me that Adam Rishon wasn't a good person? Answer the mark. The Chazal don't say that he's Shech Chazara that came out by mistake as an Einitz. We only say part of the Shvach, the praise of the person in front of the Kulai. Shalai b'fanav makes the Shvach b'fanav. You see Zadik l'fanav b'dar hazeh. We see it was more shvach when it was in front of him. One more, that the branch was in the dove's mouth. Let my support to be bitter like this branch, but be up to you, God. We never want to be dependent on people. And we'll pick it up from here tomorrow.